Hey guys, this is Amanda Nardozzi. I am a psychic tarot reader. Thanks for hopping into the little ferret den here. We're keeping it warm, we're keeping it cozy. And let me just say that if you're watching this when it's posted, all the planets are in retrograde. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of the planets are in retrograde. So I'm like really feeling it at the moment. So any chance to connect right now to the divine is a huge blessing for me. And I hope you feel the same. We're going to get into it here with the big collective reading for you. I have some decks at the ready. I have a new deck here. I'm very excited to share. I'm still learning it a little bit, but I'm going to intuit the cards. It's Madame Endora's Fortune cards. I got it at a yard sale, and the power that I felt from these cards, apparently they belonged to a woman who was the sister of the people at the yard sale, and she had passed away a few years ago, but she, just feeling the cards, I could tell she was an extremely powerful tarot reader. So thank you. Thank you for leaving your cards behind. Thank you for gracing me with them. And let's get rolling with it. So we'll start first. We'll call it a power card. I don't know why, but we're going to start by calling it a power card. So, ooh, okay. Before I look at it, because then the information will flow, drop into your heart space, of course. Let the dust spiritually, physically, and emotionally settle around and within you so that you can determine the messages that are meant for you, the messages that ring strongest, and the messages that ring true. Okay? So your power card, okay, I've seen this one a few times coming out. The Wizard. Use your skills to aid others. I'm getting a lot of you are spiritual teachers. Some of you are healers, spiritual teachers. There's something here to bring to light. There's something here that needs to come out a little bit more. Perhaps it's a skill. Just hang on. Let me sit with this because there's something else coming up and out. Meditating is coming to mind. So the next step in your journey is meditation. And some of you might be already heavy into it, but maybe there's like a specific kind of meditation you can do to really sit in your power. It has something to do with lacking the confidence to put yourself forward and lacking the confidence to bring yourself forward into the world, because the Wizard is saying that you do have something to teach people. You have a gift to give to the world. So your power card is recognizing that you have the wisdom. When I look at the Wizard, I often think of the Hermit, who has like many lifetimes of skills, knowledge, just wisdom available to them to use. And I feel like you are the Wizard in this sense. But I'm getting like spiritual counselor, leader, healer. There's something here about being a spiritual counselor or a healer. I just hear like a healer in some way. So whatever that way is for you, it's something that you've already been called towards. So that is your power card. That's the biggest message here. That's what Spirit wants you to know right off the bat. And this tried to come out, so I'm just going to honor that. This is chaos and conflict. So it's taking you a while to get there. This is something you've been trying to achieve for a while. So chaos and conflict, what I really like about this card is that the zebra usually has stripes, but the stripes are flaking away to reveal giraffe spots. So the thing about chaos and conflict is that it often starts from within until the chaos works its way out. So there's something here that is, it's energy, and I can't, gosh, this is like a heavy energy read. Hang on, gotta take my glasses off for this. So it's not even like, perhaps there is something about external circumstances that's propelling you forward into this new light, but there's some type of chaos that is happening within. Energetically, there's something happening within, and it's coming out. And I hear for a lot of you, it is a mix between inner turmoil that is being stirred from external turmoil. But whatever the case may be, the true power that's coming from this, the true catalyst to this, yes, you may feel like you're acting on external events, but there is energy within you that is shifting and responding to the calls of the universe, that is shifting to the different things that are happening around you. And no, never mind. It's a whirlwind out here. I just heard it's a whirlwind. It's a hurricane. There's just chaos all around you. There's chaos, and there's something within you that is responding to it. Your energetic vibration, frequency. I don't even know if I wanted to call it vibration or frequency, but your energies within you are changing, and it's almost like things are, it's like I'm getting like it starts here and then the heart, and then it expands and expands and expands outside of your space, and then it starts, the real you starts coming out. A more authentic you, a more confident you, the you that is not afraid to go out there and go for the goal, or get that career, get that job, get that reward. And it's going to depend on the situation. It might not be a career or job for you, but there's something here that you are looking to get. There's something here that you're reaching for, that you've been reaching for a long time, and Spirit is saying the energy is stirring up within you. Now is the time to do it. It's kind of like they're giving this sense that it's like a divine or like a sacred plan that's always been in store for you, but it's just now the door has finally been opened for you to walk through it. And this isn't this I just see the divine having a heavy hand. I see the divine opening the door for you. So everything leading up until, like, this is very strong. Like, wow. This energy is, like, very strong. But I feel like this has always been destined for you. This has been kind of divine for you for a long time, but the door has been opened. It might have been tumultuous getting here, but please be assured that everything that's happened up until now, it's all been aligning for you. So it's hard to view the chaos around us as gifts. Just accept it. Just have like a radical acceptance for what it is, and be ready to embrace the gifts that are coming in for you. I dropped it. Let's see what's coming out here. Oh, okay. So we have a few more coming out. I'm just going to take them all out as they go. A leg up. So ask for help when you need it. This card is about seeking out a mentor. So if you don't have one already, seek information. So you have no idea, I'm hearing you have no idea how powerful you are. And it's about time that you harness it and that you cultivate it. And the greatest way to do that is to find a mentor. This doesn't have, I get for some of you, I just heard you need to meet up. You need to meet up with someone. Some of you can actually go on the site Meetup, I think is what it's called, to find events, whether it's an online teacher, whether it's a teacher that is in your local town, local city, in your local area. There's someone who can teach you. So when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So as powerful as you are, so long as you are seeking the opportunity to be taught, somebody will show up for you. And this doesn't have to be a physical teacher. This could be in the form of a book, or I just heard screen time. So somebody who you can learn from, who might be giving podcasts or might have their own YouTube or TV show or something. But I get for a lot of you, it is individualized. So it is an actual mentor that you can meet. I just heard right here in this world, but that doesn't really click. Can you help me out here? I get the sense that it's a physical, like somebody who's going to be with you in this present. So yes, your mentors can be somebody who you can go at online and watch their videos and, like take in their literature, but there is an actual person that you can find and work with. And I think you're at that stage of development where it's time to start working with someone, or you're feeling called to start working with someone. Either it is like a business coaching thing, or it's like a being taught different healing modalities, or something in relation to your spiritual career or spiritual endeavors. This is somebody who can teach you, who can I just heard somebody who favors you. You might actually know this person. So if you don't have the resources, maybe start investing or start getting into building up those resources so that you can go see this person and allow yourself to be taught by them, because, they have something to share and it will greatly benefit you. And you taking that step towards that will also enhance your gifts without even needing to. You will attend the class, but having that intention there, I know that for me, when I put forth the intention of following, like if I go see a psychic reader, for example, and they recommend to me a book, sometimes I'll jot it down and I don't actually get the book, but when I go home and follow through with it, that opens something. It opens a portal, or it signals to the universe that, hey, this opportunity that you ran into to meet up with this psychic advisor or whatever, you are now implementing the things that they are telling you. So that shows us that you are willing to follow up on things, and then they send you more things. So more opportunities. But here's the breathe card. This is the meditation card, as I like to say, is what I was saying before, the meditation card. So the breath, deep breathing is very important and could be central for your spiritual practice. I find that the breath helps harness our prana or helps harness our energy. So when you're working in spiritual work, it's important to be aware of your own body and be aware of your own spirit. I'm hearing being aware of your own spirit is going to take some practice for you if it's not something you've been working on already, but that might help you with like working with your gifts, is being able to breathe into your body and being able to identify your energy. That's a little bit of what you have to work on, just to make sure you're not like, just to make sure that like the things that are being reflected back at you are not your own feelings, emotions, or energy, and that it's actually something else that you're communicating with, or somebody else's energy that you're communicating with. Okay, so that's just always a very important distinction. Also, it just brings peace of mind and stress relief. I'm also getting a little stress relief here. So in times of stress with all this turmoil, that could help like breathing through it. It's not going to fix everything. It's not going to make you feel amazing all of the time, but it helps ground you at least a little bit so you can gain your footing and you're not spinning and spiraling out of control. You also have poised. So as I've said before with the wizard card, I feel like a lot of this is echoing things that I've already said. Poised is about gaining more confidence. Gain more confidence. Gaining confidence in the truest form of you is kind of how they're coming through here. So you have this authentic self that has been longing to come out. It's almost like you know you're powerful, but you're doubting it. And that's, I just heard Spirit say, that's where we come in. That's why I guess they're coming through in this message and telling you that you are indeed powerful. You just need to have the confidence to back it up, and you need to fully recognize it. So even if there are doubts, just ignore them. Like, I know it's hard, and I know the voices can get loud, but if you literally saying to them, I don't believe you, or even just saying I am powerful, you can acknowledge that it's there, but say I am powerful, and then anytime those voices yap at you again, just ignore them. So acknowledging them once and saying, but I am powerful, or but I can do this, and then just letting them kind of blah, 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 blah. I do this with ghosts a lot, like, I state, like, I'll be like, kind of like, not like a robotic thing, like state your purpose, but I'll be like, can I help you? So oftentimes, my guides have always taught me, then this works with any energy that you have, whether they're your own thoughts, whether they're good, bad, whatever, is, whether they're ghosts or whether you're talking to loved ones on the other side, like whatever energies you're engaging with, even be it in dreams. Something comes to me and I tell it, hi, how are you? Like, what have you come here for? And if I don't like the answer, or if they speak and my energy feels off or drained, then that's how I know. It's like, okay, I understand, but I'm not interested. No, thank you. Please go. And then ignore any type of pestering afterwards, because that's how negative thoughts work too, is that they would keep pestering you. So just, I feel like a lot of us who are in this reading, I feel like, you've already worked through it. You've already worked through, the inner turmoil, and the drama, the subsequent drama that follows it. But it's time to ignore them and move on and start building that confidence. Okay, so let's see ooh, I see who tried to come out. You see that little flip? It went, phew. And then we'll see what else is going on. Ooh. Oh boy. Ooh. Central part of your reading. Okay. So at the center of your reading, you have the Five of Wands, and I get it. I understand. We're hurting out here. We're hurting within. Five of Wands is the inner conflict card. So you could have anxieties, you could have worries. This is kind of like the battle it out type of card. So some people also like, I just heard like building resilience. So oftentimes the Five of Wands is the learning card. So despite all of the conflict that surrounds this card, it's whether it's inner conflict, outer conflict, whatever the case may be, there is resilience being gained from whatever's happening in your life right now. You're gaining resilience, you're kind of gaining momentum. You might have been backed up in a corner to where you are lashing out, but in a way where it's like you are putting your best foot forward. How do I want to say this? It's almost like somebody who's afraid of putting themselves out there might be pushed into a corner where, you know, what do I have to lose? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from here. Like, what do I have to lose? Like, what do you have to lose? And it's almost like you're not even thinking about that, because you're like, let me just try everything and see what works. And you're at a point where it's like, you know, things are so chaotic, things are so out of control that I'm just going to do whatever and see if it works. Like, it's now or never. Just go, you know, now or never. So there's that at the center of your reading. You also have the Lovers here. The Lovers, you have a lot of knowledge about the self. So the Lovers, it doesn't always mean that there is a specific counterpart out there. Like, it's not always like the counterpart card. Oftentimes the Lovers talks about the shadow self as well. And I feel like this is something that you're very intimate with, you're very familiar with, and it's almost like, I just keep hearing like move on, like you're moving on. So again, I feel like you did the work, and it's not like we're moving on from ourselves, but we have pieced ourselves apart and processed as much as we can at this point, and now we are simply moving forward with the information that we've gained from that shadow work. And so you've put in the work, and now you are moving forward and actually building on that self-awareness and that new wisdom and knowledge that you've gained. You have the Knight of Wands. So again, this is basically reiterating what I said, because the Knight of Wands is moving forward. The Knight of Wands is explorative. It drives. It's a big. It's how do I want to word this? It drives with its will, its creativity, its passion, and I feel like whatever spark that's been lit in your life, you are now following it. And I actually see. Interesting. So when I look at the Knight of Wands, and like the way that I see tarot sometimes is like when I look at the card and I really like tune in or close my eyes, like I'll see the card move. I see them as pictures in my mind, and they kind of interact with one another. And they're showing me the Knight of Wands basically in like a really dark, it's like a really dark cave or basement or tunnel system or something. And the Knight of Wands has this torch, as you can see in this card. And in my mind, I see this Knight of Wands kind of leading the way with this torch, but it's almost like he's going fast. It's almost like he I don't even think he's concerned about hitting a wall, because he trusts that spirit is not going to guide him into a wall. So things are really dark. Moving forward, it's very unknown to you. Whatever's ahead of you, you have no idea what's ahead of you. I feel like there are good things in store, but Spirit's not really showing me that. They're not showing me what's ahead, because you're meant to explore it on your own. Like, I even hesitate to say that good things are coming, because it's almost like I just heard, like, I want to see for myself. It's almost like you are trusting in the divine so much to move forward that you don't even care about the answers. I mean, like, I wouldn't even say it would be cool to have the answers, because it's almost like you understand that no matter what answer you're told, it's not going to be satisfactory enough, because you're going to want to discover it for yourself, and you know that the only way to move forward is to actually move your feet, not to stand still, try to find answers, and then try to move forward with a more like informed no, because you know that things can always change. So you're longing for the experience, and that's what Knights are about. Like, they go out, they experience things. So that Knight of Wands energy, you're really capturing that Knight of Wands energy here. You also have the High Priestess. It's in another focal point on the other side of this reading. So the Five of Wands is like the core of this, and then surrounding it, the Knight of Wands is like the main energy of, like, you know, you took that shadow work and you're rolling with it, okay? Like, you've been in the darkest trenches of your soul, and now you are just rolling through it. You're like, I have nothing left to lose at this point. This is another heart here. So like, cause it's on the other side, I have like a main card, and then the two cards on the side that are like secondary importance, or like kind of like, they kind of, how do I want to say this? It's like the energy of the situation. So you have the Five of Wands, which is the situation, and then the Knight of Wands and the High Priestess here are the energies that you are embodying. So the Knight of Wands here is that moving forward. The High Priestess is highly intuitive. So you're moving forward with your intuition. I feel like there is a huge amount of trust here that maybe you didn't have before. I would say you should take a moment to be amazed at yourself because, hot dog, that's really awesome. To actually be in a space where you can move forward with that trust is friggin' amazing. The High Priestess the High Priestess doesn't know everything, but they have enough trust. They understand that when the time comes, when the right moment comes, they will know what to do. The divine speaks through them. So following that flow, walking in step with your God, your higher power, you can make incredible things happen. I just heard. Literally, you can make incredible things happen. So I just heard watch your step too. And that's not even meant in a warning way. It's just a matter of pay attention to your feet. Even if you have to go slow, mark your journey is what I'm hearing. Mark your journey, write it down in a journal because I think I said this in a previous reading too, but you will look back on this journey and see not only how far you've come, but something will come to light. If you watched my last reading, you know I know who I'm talking to. Like, whoever this energy is, you're back again. And I'm telling you this again. Start writing stuff down if you haven't already, because there's something here, like, it's something about, like, recognizing your growth. It's not even, like, acknowledging your growth, though. Like, I feel like there's more to be uncovered. Like, there's something here that you're meant to realize by, like, years from now or something, looking back on these challenges and understanding either that, like, it's something like, yes, spirit was walking with you the whole time, but it's like tracking your progress. There's just something to be uncovered here. And again, they're not telling me what exactly that is, but you've heard this message before. If you've seen my last video, so you know who you are. You know the message. And for the rest of you, it's just a matter of, like, just start writing your things down, writing your dreams down, any phenomena that have happened to you, any type of spiritual progress you're making, write it down, so that way you can look back and understand, like, what goes on. Like, I'm just hearing, like, what goes on, the happenings, write those things down so that when you look back, you can say, you can draw those insights about your life. And I just heard, like, you can cleverly deduce some things from looking back and seeing things in hindsight. So take that how you can take that. So you also have the Empress. The Empress is the creator. I just heard you're the golden child. I don't know if you're, like, the golden child in your family, or if you're, like, seen by the divine as, like, the golden child, or somebody who is seen incredibly favorably. Let's 2 adverbs. Come on. Incredibly favorable. You are seen in such a favorable light. Let's just say that. You are seen in such a favorable light is kind of the clairaudient thing that I'm hearing from this. The Empress is a creation card. The Empress is the creator. They harness the divine energy. And I love how you kind of have, like, just on the right side of this reading, like, the way that you are moving forward and progressing, because it's almost like I see the past with the Lovers and the Knight of Wands, like the past kind of coming into the present, like with the Lovers having it with the shadow work, and then, moving forward with the Knight of Wands and feeling that spark and following that spark and having that trust, and then with the Five of Wands, the current situation of things being blah, 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 and moving forward, we get more into the subtle energies with the High Priestess and the Empress. They are very feminine cards. They are highly intuitive cards. They are very yin energy cards. A state of reception, a state of receiving, but at the same time, you are still moving forward. But I see such slow, careful steps. I'm getting caution, but it's not... There's, like, dis-ease. Like, not disease, but dis-ease. Like, uncomfortable feeling. There's an uncomfortable feeling here. And maybe it's because the situations that you find yourself in right now, just because life is all like, I'm sorry, y'all know what I mean. Five of Wands. Y'all know, like, there's something, you have to walk on steady ground. I wouldn't say it's quite as fine as walking on thin ice, but it's almost like in order to hear the words and in order to feel the divine's presence walking with you, you must move slow. Moving slow. I see you wanting to rush with that Nine of Wands here and push forward. And, call it what you will, whatever speed calls to you. That's the speed, your heart's rhythm wants to go in. But walking with intention and making sure you're following Spirit's flow at whatever pace it's going, that's really going to benefit you in these creations, calling in these new opportunities, and helping you harness this inner confidence and grow this inner power that you have going on. And lastly, I'm going to roll the angel dice for you to see any lasting messages. 4 to 6, we're pulling from Angel Numbers by Kyle Gray, as always. And then I will always read these messages twice. 426. You are being guided to surround yourself with those who lift you up and encourage your light to shine. One more time. You are being guided to surround yourself with those who lift you up and encourage your light to shine. So it is important to seek out help from other people so that you can shine your light. Okay? That being said, thank you so much for tuning in. That was pretty awesome. Thank you for letting me read for you. Thank you for sharing this space with me. And as always, if this resonated with you, go ahead, like and subscribe and all this stuff. I am, for a limited time, offering readings on Fiverr, so go check those out if you want a personal from me. And yeah, that's Spirit's like telling me like grab them before it's gone, but like that's so cheesy, and I don't really want to say that. But it is up for a limited amount of time until I get my website up. But definitely check out that link. It's in the description box. And I hope y'all have the best day. Love you, love you, love you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.